Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to see Unit 5 of Circuit Theory. The title is Power Measurements. Here I have given the syllabus. You can go through it. First we are going to see what is power, power factor and energy. Power, the definition of power is the rate at which work is done, that is the rate of doing work. We have already seen this in Unit 1. The formula for power is P is equal to V into Y. By using Ohm's law, I can get P is equal to I square R as well as P is equal to V square R. Whereas P is equal to I square R is called as power loss. Okay. The unit of power is joules per seconds or watts. So we are going to see next a small derivation. The title of this derivation is power in general series circuit. So the power in DC circuit and AC circuit, it differs. This derivation will give you what is the formula for power in AC circuits. Before entering into that, we have to see what is instantaneous power, what is instantaneous voltage as well as instantaneous current. Instantaneous power is the power at any instant of time, as well as the instantaneous voltage is also defined as the voltage at any instant of time, which is nothing but, let us take, this is the AC waveform of voltage. Okay, here I am taking, at this point I am measuring the voltage and it is called as instantaneous voltage. So it is defined as the voltage at any instant of time. The same definition goes for instantaneous current. So let us see the formula for instantaneous voltage. V is equal to Vm sin theta, I is equal to Im sin theta minus pi. So to find the instantaneous power, I am multiplying V into I. So I am multiplying V into I by substituting these formulas. Okay, here we are having sin theta minus pi. So it is a trigonometric identity which is sin A sin B. I am substituting and I am getting the value. So the final value is P is equal to Vm Im by 2 cos pi minus cos 2 theta minus pi. This is just instantaneous power. Instantaneous power cannot give the average power of the AC circuit. To find the average power, I'm going to integrate this instantaneous power. So the time period here taken is T is equal to 2 pi. So 1 by 2 pi, 0 to 2 pi, instantaneous power P into d theta. I am substituting instantaneous power value here and I am going to integrate it. So first I am taking the constants out. Here I am taking the constant out and I am splitting the integrals in between the given values. So here I am going to integrate it. Here again we am having cos ax plus b dx. This is the integral formula. So I have substitute these values in this integral formula and I have found the answer and I am substituting it here. So the obtained answer is Vm Im by 4 pi into cos pi into 2 pi, because I am integrating theta here. When integrating d theta, I am getting theta. So by applying the limits, I am getting the value 2 pi, as well as the same goes for this term also. By applying the limits, I am getting this value. So again here I am having sin A minus B. By using trigonometric identities, I am getting this value for sin 4 pi minus pi, which is nothing but minus sin pi. And here for sin of minus theta is minus sin theta. So sin of minus pi is equal to minus sin pi. I am substituting these values. So after substituting all the values, I am getting my answer is Vm Im by 2 cos pi, where Vm Im can be replaced as Vm is equal to root 2V, Im is equal to root 2I. I am substituting these values here since it is the RMS value of voltage and it is the RMS value of current. By substituting, I am getting P is equal to Vi cos pi. So this is the average power. The formula for average power is P is equal to Vi cos pi in an AC circuit. The power in AC circuit and DC circuit differs. So the average power in AC circuit is P is equal to Vi cos pi. So next we are moving on to a topic called we are going to see the different types of power in AC circuits. The first is real power, next is reactive power. By combining these two powers, we are going to get apparent power. Let us see the definition for real power. The power due to active current component is called active power or real power. It is denoted by the letter P. It is also called as average power, true power. Okay, so this real power, it it is the useful power. It does the useful it does the useful work. Okay, so this real power is, this power is consumed only in resistance. This real power is not consumed in inductance or capacitance. So we will see what is the power consumed in inductance and capacitance. So I have given another definition. The component of current which is in phase with voltage, namely I cos theta, is called active component of current. Okay, so now we are going to see what is reactive power. The reactive power, it is denoted by the letter Q. The reactive power does not do any useful work, whereas the real power does useful power. Okay, so the formula for reactive power is the power due to reactive component of current is called reactive power. So this reactive component is I sin theta. So this is the power which is consumed in both inductance as well as capacitance. So for real power, the formula is P is equal to VI cos theta, and reactive power, the formula is Q is equal to VI sin theta. By combining these two power, we are getting a power called apparent power. So this is the apparent power. As by combining the real power and reactive power, we are getting the apparent power. It is denoted by the letter S. The unit for apparent power is volt amperes VA, whereas the unit for real power is watts, and the unit for reactive power is volt amperes reactive. The formula for apparent power is S is equal to VI. Substituting values, we get I square is Z. By adding the active power and reactive power, also we can get the value for apparent power, that is S. This denotes the magnitude and it gives the angle. So we are going to see the circuit types and what is the active power and what is the reactive power here. For resistive circuit, the active power is P is equal to V into I, reactive power is 0. For inductive circuit, active power is 0 and reactive power is QL is equal to VL into I. For capacitive circuit, active power is 0 and reactive power is QC is equal to VC into I. So in a series RLC circuit, the net active power is P. By adding all this power, we get P is equal to PR, which is I square R. The net reactive power, by adding all this, we get Q is equal to QL minus QC. And by substituting these values, we get Q is equal to I square X. Therefore, S is the apparent power. So apparent power, which is denoted in impedance, is I square Z. And active power is P is equal to I square R, reactive power is Q is equal to I square Z. So now we are going to see what is power triangle. So from power triangle, we have to come from impedance triangle. As we already know what is impedance, impedance is Z is equal to R plus JX. So here this is R and it is X. By combining these two, the hypotenuse is Z, which is impedance Z. So from this, to get the power triangle, I am multiplying all the sides by I square. So here I square Z, I square R, I square X, whereas I square Z is equal to S, I square R is equal to P, I square X is equal to Q. So S is apparent power, P is active power, Q is reactive power. The magnitude is given as square root of P square plus Q square, and the angle is given as theta equal to tan inverse of Q by P. Here I have given the definition for power triangle. It is the right angle triangle with P and Q as two sides and S as the hypotenuse, and theta is the angle between the base and the hypotenuse. Now let us see what is power factor. It is the ratio of active power to the apparent power. So the P is the active power, S is the apparent power. Substituting values and cancelling it out, I am getting cos theta, which is very important. Power factor is equal to cos theta. So as well as from impedance triangle also I can get what is power factor. Cos theta is equal to R by Z. As well as for voltage triangle also, cos theta is equal to VR by E, but VR by V. By combining all the result, I am getting power factor, which is cos theta, which is equal to P by S, which is equal to R by Z, which is equal to VR by V. So let us see what is the power factor for the different types of circuit. For resistive circuit, the power factor is unity. For inductive circuit, the power factor is 0. For capacitive circuit, the power factor is also 0. Because the unity power factor, because I and V are in same phase, where here current lags behind the voltage by 90 degree and here current leads the voltage by 90 degree. By substituting the angle values, I am getting the values of the power factor. Let us see what is the power for resistive circuit. By substituting the angle value, I am getting P is equal to V into I. For inductive circuit, by substituting the angle, that is theta is equal to 90, I am getting P equal to 0. by substituting the angle values that is theta is equal to 90 degree for capacitive circuit, I am getting the power is P is equal to 0, which concludes that power is consumed only in resistor and there is no power consumption in either pure inductor or pure capacitor. Now let us see energy. The definition is given as amount of work done in an electric circuit is called electrical energy. The formula here given as electrical energy is equal to power into time, VI into T. By substituting the value for V is equal to I R, I am getting I square R into T, as well as again I am substituting, I am getting V square R by T. V square R into T. The unit is watt, seconds or joule. In practical, we measure energy in kilowatt hour, which is nothing but power in kilowatt, time into hours. By substituting the values, I am getting 36 into 10 to the power of 5 joules or watt seconds. So this is the value for energy.